Hello, welcome to the AlanTube channel. Now we will discuss about a tactical nuclear weapon. A tactical nuclear weapon, also known as a non-strategic nuclear weapon, is a type of nuclear weapon designed to be used on a battlefield in military situations. Unlike strategic nuclear weapons, which are designed for long-range attacks on cities or other large targets, tactical nuclear weapons are designed for shorter-range attacks on smaller targets such as military bases, troop formations, or enemy supply lines. Tactical nuclear weapons come in a variety of sizes and shapes, ranging from small backpack nukes that can be carried by a single soldier to larger artillery shells or missiles that can be launched from aircraft or ground-based launchers. They typically have lower yields than strategic nuclear weapons, ranging from a few kilotons to a few hundred kilotons, although some larger tactical nuclear weapons have been developed in the past. The development of tactical nuclear weapons was spurred by the Cold War arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union, with both sides seeking to develop a range of nuclear weapons to counter each other's military capabilities. During this period, the United States developed a wide range of tactical nuclear weapons, including nuclear artillery shells, missiles, and bombs, as well as the Davy Crockett, a small nuclear recoilless gun. While tactical nuclear weapons have not been used in combat since the end of World War II, they remain an important part of many countries' military arsenals. Some argue that their continued presence increases the risk of nuclear war by lowering the threshold for their use, while others argue that they serve as a deterrent against conventional military aggression by potential adversaries. In recent years, there has been renewed interest in tactical nuclear weapons among some countries, particularly Russia, which has developed a range of new systems, including nuclear-capable cruise missiles and underwater drones. This has raised concerns about a new arms race and the potential for a nuclear conflict in the future. In conclusion, tactical nuclear weapons are a type of nuclear weapon designed for use on the battlefield in military situations. They are smaller and have lower yields than strategic nuclear weapons, and are intended for use against smaller targets. While they have not been used in combat since World War II, they remain an important part of many countries' military arsenals, and are a source of concern for those worried about the risk of nuclear war. In the United States, there has been a debate about the role of tactical nuclear weapons in the country's military strategy. Some argue that they are necessary for deterrence and maintaining a credible nuclear posture, while others argue that they are unnecessary and increase the risk of accidental or unintended use. In recent years, the United States has reduced its reliance on tactical nuclear weapons, with some weapons being retired or dismantled. However, the country still maintains a stockpile of these weapons, and there are ongoing debates about their role in U.S. military strategy. One issue with tactical nuclear weapons is the potential for their use to escalate into a larger nuclear conflict. Because they are intended for use on the battlefield, they may be used in situations where conventional forces are not able to achieve their objectives. This could lead to an escalation of violence, with both sides using larger and more destructive weapons. Another issue is the potential for accidental or unintended use. Because tactical nuclear weapons are designed for use in fast-moving, unpredictable military situations, there is a greater risk of human error or technical malfunction leading to a nuclear detonation. Overall, tactical nuclear weapons are a controversial and potentially dangerous component of modern military arsenals. While they may have a deterrent effect against conventional military aggression, their use carries a significant risk of escalation and unintended consequences. As such, the ongoing debate about their role in military strategy is likely to continue for the foreseeable future. One concern with tactical nuclear weapons is their potential to fall into the hands of non-state actors, such as terrorists or other extremist groups. While the security of nuclear weapons is generally very high, there is always a risk of theft or unauthorized access. If a terrorist group were to obtain a tactical nuclear weapon, they could use it to devastating effect, potentially causing mass casualties and widespread destruction. Another concern is the potential for a nuclear accident or incident involving a tactical nuclear weapon. Because these weapons are often deployed in unstable or high-risk areas, there is a greater risk of accidents or incidents, such as a weapon being lost or damaged in transit or during deployment. Such an incident could lead to a nuclear detonation or release of radioactive materials, causing significant harm to people and the environment. The use of tactical nuclear weapons also raises ethical and moral concerns, particularly regarding the potential for civilian casualties and long-term environmental damage. Unlike strategic nuclear weapons, which are intended to destroy large cities and other targets, tactical nuclear weapons are often used in proximity to civilian populations and may cause significant collateral damage. Additionally, the long-term effects of radiation and environmental contamination can be devastating for affected populations. In conclusion, tactical nuclear weapons are a controversial and potentially dangerous component of modern military arsenals. While they may have a role in deterrence and maintaining a credible nuclear posture, their use carries significant risks, including escalation, accidental or unintended use, and the potential for falling into the hands of non-state actors. As such, ongoing debates about their role in military strategy must carefully consider these risks and the ethical and moral implications of their use. There are several countries that possess tactical nuclear weapons, although the exact number and types of weapons held by each country are often kept secret. Some of the countries known to possess these weapons include United States. The United States developed a range of tactical nuclear weapons during the Cold War, including artillery shells, missiles, and bombs. While the country has reduced its reliance on these weapons in recent years, it still maintains a stockpile of them. Russia is believed to possess a large number of tactical nuclear weapons, including nuclear-capable cruise missiles, artillery shells, and torpedo warheads. The country has also developed a new class of underwater drones capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Pakistan is believed to possess a small number of tactical nuclear weapons, including nuclear-capable missiles and artillery shells. These weapons are primarily intended to counter India's conventional military superiority. India is also believed to possess a small number of tactical nuclear weapons, including nuclear-capable missiles and aircraft. Like Pakistan, these weapons are primarily intended to counter the perceived threat from each other's conventional military forces. France is known to possess a range of tactical nuclear weapons, including nuclear-capable aircraft and missiles. These weapons are seen as an important component of the country's nuclear deterrence posture. China is believed to possess a small number of tactical nuclear weapons, including nuclear-capable missiles and aircraft. These weapons are primarily intended to counter the perceived threat from the United States and its allies in the region. While Israel has never officially confirmed or denied the possession of nuclear weapons, it is widely believed to possess a small number of tactical nuclear weapons. These weapons are seen as a deterrent against perceived threats from other countries in the region, particularly Iran. In conclusion, several countries possess tactical nuclear weapons, although the exact number and types of weapons held by each country are often kept secret. These weapons are primarily intended for use in military situations and are often seen as a component of a country's nuclear deterrence posture. However, the possession and potential use of these weapons carry significant risks, including escalation, accidental or unintended use, and the potential for falling into the hands of non-state actors. It is important to note that the sale or purchase of nuclear weapons is illegal and strictly prohibited under international law. Tactical nuclear weapons are extremely dangerous and potentially catastrophic weapons, and their possession and potential use carry significant risk to both individuals and the international community as a whole. The focus should be on disarmament and the elimination of all nuclear weapons rather than their sale or trade. Tactical nuclear weapons have been used in several conflicts throughout history, although their use has been relatively limited. Some examples of conflicts where tactical nuclear weapons have been used include Korean War, 1950 to 1953. During the Korean War, the United States considered using tactical nuclear weapons against North Korean and Chinese forces. While no nuclear weapons were ultimately used, the threat of their use was seen as an important factor in shaping the course of the conflict. Cold War, 1947 to 1991. Throughout the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union developed and stockpiled large numbers of tactical nuclear weapons, which were seen as a critical component of their deterrence strategies. While these weapons were never used in a direct conflict between the two superpowers, they were deployed in several proxy conflicts around the world, including the Vietnam War and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Gulf War, 1990 to 1991, during the Gulf War, the United States considered using tactical nuclear weapons against Iraqi forces. While no nuclear weapons were used, their potential use was seen as an important factor in shaping the course of the conflict. India-Pakistan conflict, 1999. During the 1999 Kargil conflict between India and Pakistan, both sides reportedly considered using tactical nuclear weapons against each other. While no weapons were ultimately used, the threat of their use added an additional layer of tension to the conflict. Syrian civil war, 2011-present, there have been reports that Russia has used tactical nuclear weapons in the ongoing Syrian conflict, although these reports have not been confirmed. In conclusion, while tactical nuclear weapons have been used in several conflicts throughout history, their use has been relatively limited. However, the potential for their use in future conflicts remains a concern, particularly given the potential for escalation and widespread devastation. As such, ongoing efforts to reduce and ultimately eliminate all nuclear weapons remain a critical priority for the international community. Tactical nuclear weapons are low-yield nuclear weapons designed for use in military situations. They are smaller and less powerful than strategic nuclear weapons and are meant to be used on the battlefield rather than against cities or large population centers. While their use has been relatively limited, they have been deployed in several conflicts throughout history, including the Korean War and the Gulf War. The possession and potential use of tactical nuclear weapons carry significant risk to both individuals and the international community as a whole. Efforts to reduce and ultimately eliminate all nuclear weapons remain a critical priority for the international community. Thank you for watching this channel video until finish. Please subscribe, like and share this video.